The Fun Pack DLC has finally been released for Project Cars 2, and in this first DLC showcase video, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the Group B monsters that have been added to the game, including the absolutely awesome Audi S1 Quattro. Let's do it. What's going on, guys? My name is Batilio and welcome back to Project Cars 2, where today is the day. The Fun Pack DLC has finally been released. It's available now on your respective PlayStation stores, which is about £8 in the UK, which I think is about $10 or €12, depending on where you are. Or alternatively, you can go and pick up the Season Pass and you get all the DLC. As far as I'm aware, including the Day 1 DLC, the Japanese and the Motorsport Car Pack as well. But there are 8 brand new cars in this DLC pack, so we've got 3 Group B monsters. We've got 2 brand new Rallycross cars, we have a trophy truck, a drift car, and a bonkers Mustang from the 60s. And this video today is going to be the first of 3 videos today. And this first one, we're going to be focusing on the Group B cars, and we are going to be driving each of these Group B cars on one of the new courses, because we've got 2 new circuits in this DLC as well. The first one is the historic Brands Hatch Rallycross course, and we've also got the relatively new Catalunya Rallycross course as well. So like I said, we're going to be focusing on the Group B cars for this first video, and the first one we have is the Renault 5 Maxi Turbo from 1984. Looks very, very good. I'm looking forward to getting behind the wheel of this thing. The other Group B car we have is from Ford, and it is this thing here, the RS200 Evolution Group B. As soon as we get to it, come on, there we go, there it is. Apparently it's American, but as far as I'm aware it came from the UK, but I'm not going to get on my soapbox about that. But yeah, again, looks absolutely amazing. I've been looking forward to this, but the other Group B car, because like I said, we've got 3, is the one I've really been looking forward to. The absolutely epic and legendary and awesome and epic, and I know I said epic twice, Audi Sport Quattro S1. I hope they've got the sound right, because if they've ballsed up that epic straight 5 Audi engine noise, I'm going to be very, very annoyed with them. But yeah, so like I said, we're going to drive each of these 3 Group B monsters on the Brands Hatch Historic Rallycross course, starting with this one. So let's head down to the track. Okay then, guys, so here we are at the historic Brands Hatch Rallycross course. We are, of course, in our Audi. It sounds so good. We're going to go for 3 laps around here, and we're going to see what we can do. Don't expect anything massively impressive, because I am having to use a handbrake on a button on the steering wheel, because the person who I enlisted to help me build my actual handbrake is completely fucking useless. So yeah, enough said about that. And also I'm not very good at this rallying lark. I haven't done it in a while. I'm sure with practice I could be better, but jumping straight into it, don't expect anything impressive. It's probably going to be an absolute fail fest. But yeah, let's just go do our 3 laps and see what we can do. Oh, tyres, more tyres. Excuse me. Come on, turn, come back to me. Remember to get it down to second to go handbrakey. Come on, come back to me. Now, we're probably not going to set a valid lap. I'm not aiming for lap time on this. I'm just aiming to have a bit of fun. And just see what this thing's like, because it is enjoyable. I'll give it that. It's a challenge, though. It's just getting in that rhythm of getting it down to second gear before you get on the handbrake. So we're going to go for one more lap. Okay, yep. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen at some point. I'm having to get on the button repeatedly. Whee! Okay, well, yeah, that was fun. It was fun, it was enjoyable. This is a really nice car, and I think it just requires a bit more setup work. They do have a default rallycross setup for this, along with just a regular setup as well, which I think might be more attuned to tarmac rather than dirt. But yeah, quite enjoyable to drive. What we're going to do now, though, is we're going to try one of the other cars out and see what it's like. So, be back in a second. Okay then, guys, so here we are once again at the Brands Hatch Rallycross course, but this time we are in the Ford RS200, and this is one of the cars I've really been looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to the Audi because it's the Audi, but this was kind of one of my childhood cars, I would say. I didn't own one, of course, but this thing and things like the 6R4 Metro were the things that I would see every Saturday on Grandstand, which is, if you're in America, it's a show that was just all different kinds of sports. You had horse racing, but you would also have, on occasion, rallycross, and the great Murray Walker would be commentating on it because he basically commentated on anything motorsport for the BBC. So I remember watching these things just herring around places like Brands Hatch and other places as well. And yeah, so this is like a piece of my childhood come back to life. And I'm going to try and do it justice. No promises, though. Okay, okay, okay. We're out here. We're out here. We don't want to be out here. Come on, turn back, turn back, turn back, turn back, turn back. There we go. You do kind of have to stay on the throttle as well with this thing, because otherwise, if you get out of it, you're just going to have lots and lots and lots of turbo lag, and you're going to be going nowhere. But yeah, I watched like a short documentary on this. A guy called, I think it was on the channel called Drive or something like that. And they actually drove one of the road legal variants of this. And at the end of the Group B era, when it all came crashing down, at the end of 1986, manufacturers like Ford and Rover were selling these things, and the 6R4, okay, the 6R4 Metros for like 10, 12 grand, which was dirt cheap then. But it's, you think of it now, how much of an investment would that have been? To have one of these at a 6R4 Metro sitting in your garage. So yeah, like I said, it's just it's one of those eras. I wish Group B was still around. I can only imagine what they would be able to come up with today. I know today's cars are technically faster, I suppose you could say, but yeah, Group B was really special, and I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again. Purely because I don't think the FIA will ever let manufacturers have pretty much free reign to build whatever they want without much in terms of regulations, especially on the safety side as well, because that was one of the things about the Group B cars. They weren't massively safe. which I suppose is one of the big blessings that has come from it, because we're not having people dying every couple of rally meetings, which we don't want. We're not going to set a valid lap, of course. I told you I'm not very good at this, guys, so I apologise. This is probably the worst display you'll ever see. There is an actual, like I said, a tarmac default setup, so this thing can run on tarmac if you want it to. But I'm going to save that because I'm going to be putting her through these cars through the paces in my Hill Climb Monsters series. So these things will be taken on the Azure Coast Hill Climb course at some point in that series. And one of the things I'm really surprised about is how understeery these things are. Whoa, okay, come back. No, oh, okay. See, wherever there's a corner of tyres that we just can't blow through, I'm finding them. We'll go for the Joker one more time, I suppose. Or did we go for it last time? I don't quite remember, actually. Okay, well, we've kind of made it through. There, more tyres. Okay, well, there's our 3 laps we've done. Yeah, absolutely terrible. But we're going to go do the Renault 5 Turbo now, and hopefully that will fare a little bit better. Okay then, guys, so we're back and we're in the Renault 5 Maxi Turbo. However, as you can probably see, we are at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit, and the reason for that is I went to the Rallycross course and I went to the setups just to get the Rallycross setup, and there isn't one. So we're going to do this because each of the cars has a tarmac setup and we haven't driven any of them purely on tarmac. We're going to do 3 laps around the Brands Hatch Indy course and see what this thing is like. So, yeah, we're going to go and have a go around here now. Because, like I said, each of them has a tarmac setup, and I am looking forward to putting each of these cars through the paces on our Hill Climb Monsters course at some point or another in the near future. So, probably a good idea to see what they're like on tarmac, or at least one of them. So, yeah, we're going to see what this thing can do. Because, like I said, on a rallycross course, I just honestly couldn't even get it off the line. The rear end would just spin up, and obviously you would imagine that with having such a massive turbo on such a little car, that it's going to spin the rears up and make things incredibly difficult. But I don't know, I think this one is more attuned to being on a track, to be honest. I think this car did win, or an iteration of this car did win, the Monte Carlo Rally, which I think is mostly tarmac. If I remember correctly, I think it was the 81 Monte Carlo Rally, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so we're going to take this for 3 laps around here, starting with this one we're about to begin now. Whoa, we're getting sideways. It's hard to get out of that rallycross mentality, even though I don't really have a rallycross mentality because, as you saw, I was absolutely terrible at it. But yeah, the thing you have to watch out for in this is, I think, the turbo kicking in, because it is a very big turbo. And honestly, it's not that bad to drive. It's pretty nice in the default setup. A lot of the cars that I kind of jump into and drive, I'm finding I'm having to do a lot of setup work to get them to just, you know, go around a course, which is a little bit annoying because I don't know who's setting these cars up. Whoever is setting these cars up with the, you know, the default setups for a lot of the cars in the game, quit your job, bro, because you're terrible at it. Because I found a lot of the cars completely undrivable without any sort of setup work, but this thing is pretty nice actually. I know they did amend the setups for a lot of cars, so maybe they have someone new doing the setups at SMS now. But yeah, this thing isn't too bad, and I think, yeah, it definitely is attuned more towards tarmac than anything else. And like I said, it's pretty nice to drive. Keep getting my lap time invalidated. Of course, probably that time it was kind of warranted because we were on the grass. But yeah, this is a really nice car to drive. I think it could be better with some setup work, but it's not undrivable when you jump into it straight away. So don't be daunted by it. If you do have this DLC and you're thinking, oh, should I take it to a track? Take it, drive it, enjoy it. It's pretty good. And setup will only make it better. So we're going to have one more lap. It's going to break into it early. And that corner there is honestly one of the toughest corners in motorsport, in my opinion. It's so difficult. It just starts being off camber towards the back, you know, the rear end of the corner as well. It'll just drag you wide. At least that's my opinion anyway. I could be completely wrong. I could be a complete idiot, but well, you know, that's me. So this will be our last lap. Let's see if we can dip down into the 52s maybe. Come on, come on, turn, turn. It is a little bit understeery, but we're away again. No, 53.145. Sorry, 415. Oh, okay, we're off the track. Oh well, they're not my signs, so who cares? But yeah, that's the end of today's video, or the first of today's video, should I say, because we've got 2 more to go. The next video will be purely the rallycross cars, so the newer Audi S1 Quattro and the Citroen DS3 rallycross cars. We'll be taking them to the Catalonia circuit to have a go with them. So if you are new to the channel, then make sure you subscribe to catch up with that. That'll be out shortly. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy, you would like to see more Project Cars 2 content from myself, then make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Also, let me know in the comments, have you bought this DLC? And if you have bought this DLC, what's your favourite car so far? Always happy to hear from you guys. But again, thank you everybody so much for watching. Take care. And as always, I will catch you in the next video where hopefully I won't be redlining this thing so much. Peace.